Warning: if you're struggling with high blood sugar and think medication alone is the answer, you might be making a huge mistake. Uncontrolled blood sugar can lead to nerve damage, vision loss, kidney failure, and even life-threatening complications. But what if I told you there's a simple and natural way to boost insulin sensitivity and control your blood sugar without extreme diets or expensive treatments? Stay with me until the end because I'll reveal 8 proven strategies that can drastically improve your insulin sensitivity. And I promise, tips number 2 and number 1 will surprise you the most. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button to join our community. We're dedicated to bringing you the latest tips and solutions for managing diabetes and improving your health naturally. Now, let's dive in. Number 8, how stress affects your blood sugar. Hello, friends. Today, let's talk about something many of us know all too well: stress. Have you ever noticed how, when life gets heavy, like when work piles up or family matters weigh on your mind, your blood sugar seems to climb higher than usual? It's not just your heart feeling the strain. Your body is quietly working overtime too. I've seen this myself over the years, and I'd love to share what I've learned about why this happens and how we can handle it gently and effectively. Don't worry, there's hope ahead. When stress creeps in, your body responds in a way that goes back to our ancestors. It releases 2 hormones, cortisol and glucagon, that act like helpers, pushing sugar into your blood for a quick burst of energy. Think of it like this. Imagine you're driving and nearly bump into another car. Your heart races, your hands shake. That's your body gearing up to act fast. Back in the old days, that energy helped us run from danger. But today, when it's just a tough day at work or a little disagreement at home, that extra sugar sticks around when we don't need it, nudging our blood sugar up. Now, I've read that studies show something interesting. If stress lingers for weeks or months, it can make your body less sensitive to insulin. That means it takes more effort to keep your blood sugar steady. For those of us watching our health, maybe with diabetes or prediabetes, that can feel like an uphill climb. But here's the good part. We can do something about it, and it's simpler than you might think. I've learned over time that life will always have its challenges, but there are little tricks we can use to lighten the load and care for ourselves. Here are a few things that have worked for me and might help you too. Take a short walk each day. You don't need fancy equipment. Just step outside for 10 minutes. I like strolling around my yard in the morning, breathing the fresh air and listening to the birds. It lifts my spirits and keeps my body happy. Breathe with purpose. I use a simple trick called 4-7-8. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 7, then let it out slowly for 8. I do this when I'm feeling wound out, like before a big family gathering, and it calms me right down. Rest well. Sleep is like a gift to yourself. I aim for 7 or 8 hours a night. If sleep's hard to come by, I dim the lights and keep the room cool. It's like tucking myself into a cozy cave. It does wonders. Find a laugh. Nothing beats a good chuckle. I love watching funny clips of kids or pets online. Once, I laughed so hard at a puppy video that I forgot all my worries for a while. It's medicine for the soul. These small steps don't just ease your mind. They help your body keep that blood sugar in check too. No need to do everything at once. Just pick one and see how it feels. Stress might sneak up on us quietly, but we've got the power to nudge it back. Maybe try a short walk or a deep breath today and notice the difference it makes. I'd love to hear what works for you if you feel like sharing. What's one little thing you find easy to try in your day? Drop a note below if you'd like and let me know if this was helpful. See you next time, friends. Number 7, how exercise helps insulin work better. I'd like to share something that doctors often talk about, and for good reason: exercise. It's not just about looking fit or strong. It's a wonderful, natural way to help your body handle insulin better. Over the years, I've found it like a faithful friend, working alongside any medicine you might take to keep your blood sugar steady. Isn't that a comforting thought? Let me tell you a little more about how it works. It's simpler than you might think. You see, when you get moving, whether it's a walk around the block, a bit of jogging, or even lifting something light, your muscles step in to help. They pull sugar right out of your blood, no insulin needed. I like to think of my muscles as little helpers, quietly doing their job while I enjoy a stroll. And here's the best part. After you're done, That good effect can stay with you for up to 2 whole days. Imagine that, just one walk today, and your body keeps working better through tomorrow and beyond. It's a small effort with a big reward, don't you think? Now, I've learned there are a couple of ways to move that really make a difference, especially for those of us keeping an eye on diabetes. Walking or gentle cardio, a brisk walk, a bike ride, or even some light dancing, whatever feels good to you, can bring your blood sugar down right away. I remember one afternoon, I walked to the park for 30 minutes, and when I got home, I felt so much lighter, like a weight had lifted off me. Building strength, lifting a small weight, like a water bottle, or doing some gentle stretches helps your muscles grow stronger over time. Stronger muscles mean your body uses sugar better, day after day. You don't have to choose one or the other. Mixing them up is like having a team looking out for you. I started with just a short walk and added a little arm exercise with a soup can, and it's made such a difference. One thing I always keep in mind, especially if you're using insulin like I sometimes do, is to carry a little snack with you. A piece of candy or a small banana works wonders if you start feeling shaky. I learned this the hard way once. I was out walking and felt a bit off, but a quick bite fixed me right up. It's all about enjoying the movement while staying safe and comfortable. Here's what I'd suggest. Start with something easy, like 15 minutes of walking each day. Maybe around your house or down the street, wherever feels nice. Over time, you can build up to about 30 minutes most days, adding up to 150 minutes a week. No need to rush or push too hard. You're not training for a race. Just moving a little keeps your body happy and your blood sugar calmer. It's a gentle gift you give yourself. So, there you have it. Exercise is a quiet, natural way to help your body feel its best. Maybe try a short walk tomorrow morning and see how it feels. I know it always lifts my spirits. What do you think might work for you? If you'd like, share a little thought below about what you enjoy doing to move. I'd love to hear it whenever you're ready. Take care, friends. Number 6, how sleep supports your insulin. I want to share a little something I've learned over the years about sleep. It's more important than we sometimes realize. Did you know that even just one night of restless sleep can make it harder for your body to use insulin the next day? It surprised me too when I first heard it. Let's sit down together and talk about how a good night's rest can help keep our blood sugar steady. It's a gentle lesson from life I've come to appreciate. I've noticed this myself. When I don't sleep well, like those nights when my mind won't quiet down, my body feels off the next day. Scientists say that missing sleep, even just once, can make your insulin work a little less smoothly, maybe by 20 to 25%. And if that happens too often, say, sleeping less than 6 or 7 hours night after night, it can raise your chances of trouble with blood sugar, perhaps by 20 to 30% over time. Too much sleep isn't always the answer either, but not getting enough makes your body work harder than it should. It's like asking a tired friend to keep running. It's tough on them. I remember one week when I stayed up late worrying about family matters. I barely got 5 hours a night. By the end of it, I felt sluggish and my blood sugar readings weren't as steady as usual. That's when I realized sleep isn't just for resting my head, it's for my whole body, especially my insulin. When I don't give it enough time, it's like my body's little helpers have to shout louder to keep things in balance. Over time, I found a few easy habits that make a big difference. Maybe they'll help you too. Aim for 7 to 9 hours. That's the sweet spot where my body feels refreshed and ready. It's not about being perfect, just giving yourself enough rest to feel good. Skip coffee later in the day. I used to love a cup in the afternoon, but I found if I have it after 2 or 3 o'clock, I toss and turn at bedtime. Now I switch to a warm herbal tea. It's soothing instead. Make your room cozy. I keep my bedroom cool and dark. Sometimes I even pull the curtains tight. It feels like a little nest, and I drift off so much easier. These small changes don't just help me sleep. They give my body a chance to handle sugar better without extra effort. It's a quiet comfort I've grown to love. If you're eating well and moving your body, but still find your blood sugar hard to manage, take a peek at your sleep. I've seen it myself. Sometimes the fix isn't on your plate, but in how well you rest. A good night can be like a gentle hug for your health. So, friends, sleep is a simple gift we can give ourselves. It helps our insulin, our energy, everything really. Maybe tonight, try turning off the lights a bit earlier or setting your phone aside. I find it makes all the difference. What's one little thing you do to help yourself sleep better? If you'd like, share it below. I'd enjoy hearing your thoughts whenever you feel like it. Take care and sweet dreams. Number 5, fiber. The quiet friend that keeps your blood sugar steady. I'd like to share a simple little secret I've picked up over the years. Fiber, a quiet friend that helps keep our blood sugar from bouncing around too much. I used to worry when my levels went up and down, but once I learned about fiber, I felt so much more at ease. Would you like to hear this story? Come sit with me for a bit. You know, whenever I eat rice or a sweet treat, my blood sugar tends to rise quickly, like a strong gust of wind. But when I add some fiber to my meal, things calm down. Fiber's like a kind helper, standing there to slow digestion, letting sugar slip into my blood gently instead of rushing in all at once. Because of that, I don't worry so much about those big spikes after eating. It makes me feel so much more comfortable. I've found a few things in my kitchen that I really enjoy, both tasty and good for my health. You might want to try them too. Avocado. Soft and creamy, I love spreading it on my morning toast, like a little treat for myself. Berries. I keep some strawberries in the fridge, perfect for a sweet nibble when I'm craving something. They're delicious without troubling my blood sugar. Broccoli. Just a quick boil with a pinch of salt, and I've got a crisp, green dish to enjoy. Nuts and seeds. I sprinkle a bit of chia seeds on my yogurt. Small but filling and oh so nice. Oatmeal. A warm bowl in the morning keeps me cozy and my blood sugar steady all day. These aren't fancy things, but they make me feel strong and at peace. Here's something I've started doing that works so well. I eat a little fiber-rich food before digging into rice or bread. For instance, yesterday I had a small plate of broccoli before lunch. Afterward, I felt light and easy, not weighed down like I used to. It slows down how fast the sugar comes in, so I don't have to fret as much. Just a small change, but it makes a big difference. So you see, fiber's an easy way to take care of ourselves. You don't need to do anything grand. Just toss some greens or an avocado into your meal each day, and your body will feel comfortable. I found it's a simple joy to look after myself this way. Isn't it nice how little things like fiber can bring such big comfort? If you feel like it, try adding a bit of broccoli or some oatmeal today. Your body will thank you for it. Do you have fiber-rich food you enjoy? I'd love to hear about it if you'd like to share below. Whenever you're ready, I'm happy to listen. Take care, my friends. Number 4, saying goodbye to processed foods for better health. I'd like to sit down with you and talk about something I've come to realize over the years. Those processed foods we often enjoy, like sodas or fries, turn out to be one of the main reasons our bodies struggle with insulin. It's a little sad to think about, but don't worry, I'll share how I've made small changes to feel better. Shall we chat about it together? I used to think these convenient treats were no big deal, just a can of soda or a few fries here and there. But then I noticed they were quietly making things tough for my insulin. Take soda, for instance. Whether it's regular soda, energy drinks, or boxed juices, they're full of soda. I remember drinking a can at lunch and feeling so tired afterward, with my blood sugar staying high. Then there's white bread, pasta, or pastries, so tasty, but they wear my insulin out fast. And fast food, like burgers or fried chicken, often has those unhealthy thoughts that get in the way of insulin doing its job. Over time, I saw that these things didn't just make me feel heavy, they were slowly wearing down my health. But here's the good part. Friends, I found some wonderful replacements that taste good and make me feel strong. Instead of white bread, I switched to whole grain bread or brown rice. It keeps me full and my blood sugar steady. For protein, I go with grilled chicken breast, a boiled egg, or a piece of fish, simple and no worries about sugar spikes. And for good facts, I love using olive oil to cook veggies or munching on a few almonds. So satisfying. I recall the first time I ditched soda and tried water with a slice of lemon. It felt so refreshing and light. You don't have to give up everything at once. I know how hard it is to let go of those pastries I loved. But I started small, swapping soda for a glass of water, or trying brown rice instead of white for one meal a week. It felt strange at first, but soon I noticed I had more energy and my body felt lighter. It's not just good for my blood sugar, it's like giving myself a little comfort, a way to care for me. So there you go, cutting back on processed foods is a soft way to love your body more. If you'd like, try swapping out one little thing today, maybe that bag of fries you usually grab. I found it's worth it because health is such a treasure. Do you have a favorite treat you think you could switch up? If you feel like it, share with me below. I'd love to hear your thoughts whenever you're ready. Wishing you all the best, my friends. Number 3, the truth about low-carb diets. I'd like to sit down with you and chat about low-carb diets, something I hear folks talking about a lot when it comes to managing blood sugar. Once, someone told me, just cut out all carbs and you'll be fine. I believed it for a while, but over time, I learned it's not quite that simple. Would you like me to share what I found? Let's talk it over together. I'll be honest, low-carb eating does have its charm. I remember the first time I tried cutting back on rice and bread, sticking to veggies and meat instead. My blood sugar dropped quickly, and I felt lighter, like a burden had lifted. It was wonderful at first. But after a few weeks, I started feeling tired, not as strong as before. I wondered, what's going on? Later, I read that if you cut carbs too much or for too long, your body might adjust how it uses insulin for a while, like a temporary shift. The scientists are still figuring it all out, that it made me realize my body needs a little good carb to stay healthy and balanced. That's right, not all carbs are bad, my friends. I've learned that our bodies need some healthy carbs to feel alive and well. I found a few favorites I'd love to share with you. Quinoa, tiny but mighty, full of fiber and protein. I like mixing it with some veggies, and it keeps me satisfied. Sweet potatoes, naturally sweet, filling, and gentle on my blood sugar. I'll bake a small one for dinner, and it's just perfect. Whole fruits, like apples or pears. I carry an apple for a little afternoon snack, and it's both tasty and good for me. These friends don't just nourish me, they help my insulin work smoothly too. It gives me such peace of mind. So instead of tossing out all the carbs, I found a kinder way to treat myself. I let go of the not so good stuff, like white bread or sugary drinks, that left me feeling worn out. But I keep a bit of the good carbs like sweet potatoes or quinoa, so my body feels at ease. I think balance is the real treasure, not too strict, just enough to feel healthy and happy. There you have it, friends. Eating well is a way to care for ourselves gently. If you'd like, try adding a sweet potato or an apple to your meal tomorrow. It's simple and feels so nice. Do you have a favorite carb you enjoy? I'd love to hear about it if you'd like to share below. Whenever you feel like it, I'm happy to listen. Wishing you all good health. Number 2, timing your meals, intermittent fasting. I'd like to sit down with you and share something I've learned over the years about staying healthy. It's not just what we eat that matters, but when we eat can make a difference for our blood sugar too. I'm talking about intermittent fasting, a way of timing meals that's worked well for me. Would you like to hear about it? Let's talk for a bit. I used to think eating regularly all day was the best way, but then I tried intermittent fasting and found something special. They say that when you limit your eating to a certain window, like 8 hours a day, it can really help your insulin work better. I won't promise it cuts insulin resistance by half, as some folks claim, but it sure makes a difference. For me, I used to nibble on cookies late at night, but when I stopped that and let my stomach rest overnight, after a couple of weeks, I felt lighter and my blood sugar settled down. Giving your body a break from eating seems to refresh it, making insulin's job a little easier, like letting an old friend rest after a long day. Here's what I've been doing, and you might like to try it too. Eat from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. This fits my day nicely. Lunch and dinner feel comfortable, and I don't stretch it too late. Skip late night snacks. I used to have a glass of milk before bed, but now I pass on that, and my body feels so much better for it. While fasting, I sip water, maybe some unsweetened tea. It keeps me perky without messing up the fasting. At first, it felt a bit odd, but after a week or two, I got used to it and started feeling more energetic. If you'd like to care for your blood sugar without too much fuss, intermittent fasting might be a nice way to go. It's not complicated, just a little tweak to when you eat, giving your body some rest. For me, it brings a sense of ease, like a small gift I give myself each day. So there you go, friends, just shifting your meal times a little can help you feel better. If you feel like it, try skipping that late night snack tonight. Maybe you'll enjoy the lightness too. Are there any eating habits you've thought about changing? I'd love to hear your stories if you'd like to share them below. Whenever you're ready, I'm happy to listen. Wishing you all good health. Number 1, the ultimate magic pill for insulin sensitivity. Hello, my dear friends. Today, I'd like to sit down with you and share something I used to dream about when I first learned I needed to care for my blood sugar. A magic pill that, with one swallow, would make all my diabetes worries vanish. But over time, I realized there's no such miracle out there. Don't feel down. Go, because along the way, I've found some wonderful gifts from nature that help insulin work better in a gentle way. Would you like me to tell you about them? Let's have a little chat. When I saw there wasn't a magic pill, I started looking through what nature offers, and I was pleasantly surprised. Let me share a few things I've tried. Apple cider vinegar, just a small spoonful mixed into warm water before a meal, and I've noticed my blood sugar doesn't spike as much afterward. I remember the first time I tried it, I mixed it into a glass before lunch. It wasn't the tastiest thing, but my body felt lighter after eating. It's not material, just a little helper that eases insulin's job. Fenugreek seeds. These have a warm, cozy smell. I sprinkle them on veggies or mix them into soup. One evening, I added some to my dinner, and the next morning, I felt more refreshed. They say it's good for blood sugar, and I believe it. Amla, Indian gooseberry tart, and full of vitamin C, I enjoy a little amla juice in the morning. It makes me feel bright and awake, and there's some early research saying it helps insulin, though we need more to be sure. Berberine. This one's a bit unusual, coming from plants, and I've heard it can work as well as in medicine like metformin. I haven't used it much myself, but if you're curious, talk to your doctor first. It's pretty strong stuff. But here's what I've learned. Friends, these natural helpers are wonderful, but they're not the whole story. I keep it simple. A plate of greens, some chicken or fish for protein, maybe a splash of apple cider vinegar or a few fenugreek seeds. That's how I make my own little way of caring for myself. No fuss, just enough to feel stronger and more at ease. It's like a soft hug I give my body every day. So there you have it. Nature's given us simple ways to look after our health. If you like, try mixing a spoonful of apple cider vinegar into your water today, or tasting a bit of amla. Maybe you'll enjoy that gentle lift too. Out of these, is there one that sounds good to you? If you feel like it, share with me below. I'd love to hear your thoughts whenever you're ready. I wish you all good health, my friends. Clever boy conclusion. We've just been through a super exciting journey with 8 top-notch tips to boost insulin sensitivity. Now, let's quickly recap together. Are you ready? Let's go. Eat more superfoods. Apple cider vinegar, fenugreek seeds, amla. These are nature's heroes. Try intermittent fasting. Eat within an 8 to 10 hour window, giving your body a chance to rest and reset. Be smart with carbs. Keep the good ones like sweet potatoes and ditch the bad ones like white bread. Cut out processed junk. Say no to sodas and fries. Your insulin will thank you. Boost your fiber. Avocados, oatmeal, greens, the secret to steady blood sugar. Prioritize sleep, 7 to 9 hours a night to help insulin work its best. Exercise regularly. Walking, lifting weights, strong muscles mean well-behaved blood sugar. Manage stress. Relax a little, because stress is insulin's enemy, you know. Now it's your turn to shine. Out of these 8 tips, which one will you try first? Drop a comment below. I read every single line. Thinking about a 15-minute walk each day or giving intermittent fasting a go? Tell me all about it. More cool tips to transform your life with diabetes? Hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. I've got lots of exciting content lined up just for you.